I guess we'll roll into some NBA chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably the biggest news. Obviously, some really good games going off at the moment. Teams really vying for those playing spots and for playoff seeding. But the biggest news, sort of off court, was the partnership of Mark Iore and Alex Rodriguez.
For those that don't know, Alex Rodriguez, also known as A-Rod.
A-Rod, yes, obviously.
Famous Yankees baseball player.
Yankees, Rangers, and Seattle Mariners won MVP. Actually won a World Series with the Yankees.
Mm-hmm. He's got A-Rod as well, from what I've heard, all accounts.
He's got A-Rod. Yeah, well, hey, he's got Jennifer Lopez, so I imagine he would have A-Rod.
Yes.
Madonna previously?
He also, Madonna.
Continue, Macca.
He's got an Sorry. Well, speak now. This is so off topic, but Monks, I want to test your stats. Look at Derek Jeter's lineup. Look at who the women Derek Jeter has slept with. He obviously played shortstop next to Alex Rodriguez. It's insane. It's actually insane.
We've done the opposite of this with Kylie Jenner starting 5. Like, that is legit.
Derek Jeter's the GOAT. I mean, the Yankee shortstop, it's like, it's that then president pretty much. But
it's Jeter, though. Like,
what do you mean? Derek Jeter.
Throw some names out.
All right. Top 10 girlfriends of Derek Jeter.
It's only top 10.
These are just the top 10. So we've got Mariah Carey, Tara Banks, Jordana Brewster.
She's all right.
Yep. Scarlett Johansson.
ooh.
ScarJo.
Jessica Alba.
What?
Insane.
This is a good body
Vanessa-
count. Keep going.
Vanessa Milanino.
If we don't know them, they're models. I promise you that.
Yes, yeah. The guys
Adriana Lima.
Victoria's Secret.
yeah.
Jessica Biel.
Yeah. Another
He's the
model.
man. He's the man.
Let me bring up the rest here.
No, it keeps going.
We could be. That's only the top 10.
What's he doing? Trying to compete with DiCaprio or something? Like,
Go ahead.
God.
Hey, Ben.
Derek Jeter, Hall of Fame baseball player. Hall of Fame human. Yeah, don't worry about that. But the big news in the basketball, Monks is there again. We've lost Monks. He's got very excited over there on the computer. He's been looking at odds all night. Gets Jessica Biel on the computer. He's very excited. A-Rod and Mark Iore and their sort of group have bought the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they've bought them out for a price of a casual $1.5 billion.
It's not a bad price for a basketball team.
Well, for a professional sports team, obviously, God,
American professional.
we're all
sports
sitting
team
here
as
going, $1 billion. We'd love to have that.
well, he'd buy the entire NRL with that. But
Exactly,
yes,
and they're obviously lowly, and they've been sort of a an
American club compared to other American clubs, like that's good money. That's
exactly,
that's a good deal.
and the business, because you get part of that NBA revenue deal. Anytime, because they split that 30 ways amongst all the owners, amongst all the teams. So that's what they want to get into. The thing I think is happening here, A-Rod obviously started his career in Seattle. He's got a lot of ties, a lot of business ties in Seattle.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me as Mark he's like an internet mogul, so that's kind of where he's made his money, and they're good friends. Seattle, well known for being an IT hub.
Yeah,
Home of Bill Gates.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me as well that he's got links and affiliation.
and
to
the
that
NBA
areas too.
are desperate to get back to Seattle. They are. If they're expanding, if they're moving a team, they want it to be in Seattle. I think the writing's on the wall for the Minnesota Timberwolves. As a franchise, as a Minnesota Bus, it is going back.
Both are not bad markets, I would have thought, but I guess Seattle.
I think the way Seattle was ripped out as well is such a story. Like if you haven't, we won't drag on. It was literally just plucked, ripped out, and dropped in OKC, and they had Westbrook and Durant, and they get ripped away from them. So they've got a very good history, the Seattle Sonics. So I imagine in the next 2 years,
Karl Malone there.
You'll see that he was Utah.
Oh, sorry, Sonics. Well, I think Sonics. It was the Sonics.
Ray Allen was at the Sonics.
Maybe it's Ray Allen. Yeah. Anyway.
But that's the biggest news. And again, they've got Anthony Edwards, the draft pick. They've got D'Lo. They've got Cat. Yeah. They've got pieces there they can build around. I think that the writing's on the wall that's moving to the top point of America. On the court, there's been some good players playing some good basketball. Zach LaVine had himself a day against the Atlanta Hawks. 39 at the half. And I don't know if you boys saw it halfway through the second quarter. Took it up the court, took it to the wing. I can't remember which one of the Hawks was manned up on him at this time. And he put him in a spin cycle. He hit a shot and he screamed out, "He can't guard me," to the coach of Atlanta. He said, "Put put someone else on me. He can't guard me. And, he backed it up with a 50 burger. His third one of the season, I think. He has gone leaps and bounds. He's a well and truly all-star. So, and he's brought into Chicago. He's trying to lift them up and be the man that brings Chicago back.
And Vucevic going over there.
Exactly. They've definitely got pieces there. So, looking in the next couple of years, Chicago, if they can get maybe one more all-star there, they're definitely a team to watch. Enes Kanter, not so much about the offensive, but defensive. Ripped down 30 rebounds, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Mate, can you have a look at the most rebounds in a game? I can't imagine he's pushing that, but it was a franchise record for the Blazers.
Which is a good, one of the, not the oldest franchise, so it's actually a good test. They've had guys.
It's a bloody franchise record. He had 24 points in this one.
Yeah, exactly. So big man dominating down low. We talk about David.
Good looking bloke, Enes Kanter.
Oh, yeah. Is he Turkish? Armenian?
That was sarcasm. Yeah. Apologies, Enes.
Sorry, I was going to say.
If you are listening, apologies, Enes, my friend.
Big old honker on him, but he makes millions of dollars a year, and none of us here do. Yet. We're working on that. Also around the court, the LA Lakers, without their big two, without their Chuck Kuzma, he's not out as well. They get the big bad Brooklyn Nets come into town. They thought they had the win.
So did we.
Fuck me. I will say, I did not give the thumbs up reaction to that. I did not. I said I don't like betting against my team, and this is why. The Lakers. Schroeder gets Kyrie tossed out. Schroeder himself gets tossed out. Lakers win by a casual 25 points.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
With Monkey playing at point guard. They had no one. They had absolutely no one playing. There was...
Do I get Jeremy Lin?
God, I get fucking shit myself, so I'm going to hang on. Gee whiz. The wheels are off on the Esky.
Lynn Sanity down the end here.
I'm joking.
We love it. We love it. We love a laugh.
Love you, Monkey.
But it's like the Lakers have to tread water. If you tell me they beat the Nets, the psychological thing that does for the group without LeBron and AD back next week is the nail. So that's massive for LA going into it.
Which AD, to clarify?
Anthony Davis.
Yes, because I know there's Drummond there as well.
Drummond, sorry.
I had no
well
idea
said, sorry. I was blanked. I thought Adrian Peterson was going to run through the tunnel.
That's AP, that's different.
It's
all day, baby. He's AD all day. Drummond, though, has come out playing really well offensively, that they've needed points, and he's really stepped it up. Obviously a beast on the boards.
Did Drummond play in this game against the Nets? Because I thought he didn't.
I believe. Geez,
I'll
put him on the
chase it
spot.
Anyway.
I think he maybe he didn't. I'll back you in that he didn't.
Because I thought he was. There's one because he pulled up a bit lame. I think he might have missed a game. I thought it was this one.
And I think they're sort of managing him as well. They want him at the.
Yeah, they want all three of those.
No, he played 22 minutes for 20 points and 11 boards.
Jeez, real quiet game from him. A casual. Point a minute and a double. Probably had 5 blocks in that as well, but Sean didn't notice him, so that's all right. Moving on to that man, Steph Curry. We're talking about 50 burgers with Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Steph Curry good.
Steph Curry did it
good.
in his sleep, and that was good fun to watch. He actually overtook a guy named Wilt Chamberlain for the all-time leading scorer.
I've heard of him. Yes.
Yeah. He's done quite well in basketball.
Got 100
Speaking
points
of
in the game.
him,
Yeah, so Wilt Chamberlain has the record for rebounds at
65.
55, yeah.
55 boards. Different game, I guess, but still.
and he was an anomaly. Like there was no one over 6'4", and the man was 7'2", going up and down the court, grabbing a rebound.
He got 100 points in the game, I think, as well.
Yeah.
I believe 101, I believe. And
100 flat.
100 flat?
Yeah. And Steph got half of that the day he beat him on his. He took over he had 50 against the Nuggets.
Yes, for 1,700 and
Oh, jeez. Very specific on the Esky. We love that.
No, that's not 1,700. What did I say? 17,120 something, I think it was in total, to take the lead.
Can we look at that?
That
was a lady count, wasn't it? That's the other rumor.
What?
About the Stewart. You guys haven't heard that story?
Lady count. Sorry, Wilt's lady count. Yeah, more women than points. Yeah. Now you know
Allegedly.
who had more women and claims, and he's got the stats to back it up. Ric Flair. Ric Flair reckons had sex with like 30,000 women or something.
Did it Ric Flair up after that?
Who was the Cuban president?
Castro.
Castro.
I think Castro had a pretty good body count as well.
Jesus Christ, we've gone to deep corners of the market here on the Esky tonight.
Very strange tonight.
What was I looking up for Wilt?
No.
The points. Yeah.
How many points? What was the Warriors?
For the Warriors.
Warriors all-time leading scorer.
Christ, we got sidetracked, didn't we?
There was a sour point to this note in the Nuggets game. It was obviously a bit of a Steph celebration. He was hitting. I think he hit 10 3-pointers. He scored 50. The game was done. They were beating the Nuggets. Obviously, the Nuggets really trying to get their seating right for the playoffs. Jamal Murray drives down the lane, lands awkwardly, does the ACL. Absolutely heartbreaking.
I'm not even sure if it was the landing, like the push off. The whole motion just looked ugly. Like it didn't twist or anything. It just one of those non-contact injuries. The ACL's just gone. I've had enough. Up, and he's landed. He's screaming and writhing in pain. It came out during the week that ACL done, and that's probably his year finished. Unfortunately,
probably. God, if he can come back with that, he's better. It's so sad because he's just signed his new balance deal. He's been so good for them. So good for the last 3 years. But
like
he's
him and
come
Jokic,
on. Last year he got that, the playoff run he went on. He was hitting big shots. It was him and Jokic. They got to the conference finals. So he got his limelight. Everyone's, this year was, celebrating him as it's so sad. And Denver brought in Aaron Gordon. They've got this really good team. They have a team to compete this year.
Yeah, and to lose Murray,
it's
a
just
big out.
And they've what this will do for morale is we can't, let alone on the court, away from it. Like you saw the players, and you knew it was one of those ones. Like Sean said, the knee's blown up. You can tell. And he I don't know if you saw the wheelchair came out to wheel him off, and he pushed it away. Said, "No, I'm walking off this court." So he's such a class act. He's such a good basketball player.
From where he's
I fucking hate injuries.
From where he was like a couple of years ago to where he's now. Like,
but I know exactly. I know,
just improvement.
Doing his thing, and then him and Jokic have this awesome partnership. One brings. It just sucks so much. So. It makes me want to cheer Denver on a bit and actually hope they are the ones that lose to the Lakers in the conference finals. But shucks, just shocking you. Like I just fucking turn injuries off. All sport, please. Just to go to the settings and turn them off. It sucks.
Yeah. To finish up, I think for the other points from today's game, Steph hit another. He had another game of 10 plus 3 points scored. So he's got, I think, 19 now for his career, and the next closest is Klay Thompson, his other teammate, with 5.
Yeah, it's awesome. He changed the game. The man changed the game.
He has.
The man changed the game.
Yeah.
And
it's funny listening to old dinosaurs as well. They're like, that's not basketball. Basketball's in the paint.
I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him in my time. Yeah, you know what he'd do in your time? He'd probably average 40 a game.
Yeah, he'd get
shoot
more
and no one would get out to him.
He wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, and he's so likable. He's such a nice guy. It's one of my favorites. Steph Curry.
Can shoot a basket from anywhere.
They're talking about 4-point line, like this. Like they're talking about a 4-point line because of what he's done to the game. Like that is so
changed the game.
Like he's changed the whole sport. So it's awesome. Congratulations to Steph.
Yep. Do you want to talk about these tab power rankings?
Yeah.
We'll go on it briefly. We'll try and get on through.
Monks, did you get Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain?
So are we talking tab as in the other unofficial betting company, or tab as in?
TAB, still waiting for the phone call.
Direct competitor to Sportsbet.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I want them to sponsor us after they've pulled out this. They've got the Suns and Jazz ranked 1 and 2 as the best teams in the league, with the Nets at 3. They've got the Lakers at 10. They had the Mavericks ridiculously high. I thought this was an
rich.
It is
rubbish.
It's a power rankings though, so it's what's happening and what's happening right now. So it's not.
The Jazz have gone on a really long run, so they've been winning a lot of games.
Yeah, and the
Suns have got really hot of late with CP.
What the Suns have done this year does not get enough airtime. Yeah. It's such a shame. They're such a well-rounded team, and they play really good basketball. They play defense as well, which you think, they've got Booker, CP's to dishing off assists. They play really good defense. That's actually been their backbone, and it's a shame no one talks about them enough because everyone's like, the Lakers and the Clippers will just get healthy and get right.
Yes.
But, this team's young enough and spunky enough and I
think Lakers is like 10th as the current sport.
Well, they're the 5 seed right now.
Yeah,
so
they're 5 seeds, but I think it's kind of fair considering you're like, well, we don't know until the Blues get healthy. So they got 3 guys that have kind of got to get healthy and play a lot of minutes.
I think they've won 8 of the last 20, so you can't really be too.
Well, perhaps power rankings needs to be defined.
Well, I tell you what, you go to the tab markets for who's going to win the tournament. That'll give you.
It's not that. I bet you it's not
exactly
that.
right. It'll flip it around. So that's your power rank. It's just a bit of a conversation piece for mine. You can't really argue it because like is a 500 team right now.
Yeah, Tab need to get those clicks so they can compete with our unofficial sponsor.
Oh, they got a big old Pepper. They chucked the line out and they got me hook, line, and sinker.
Yes.
NFL.
So, enough NBA and basketball chat for the week. We will now move into NFL. I think